If you own, plan to own, or have recently acquired a 1986 to 1995 Mercedes-Benz, don't forget about the power steering fluid. It's not just a matter of taking the cap off and looking at the level, but you really need to flush the old fluid out. And for many people, they don't even know that there's a filter down in this power steering pump. And if you don't know there's a filter there, obviously it gets neglected, because I've said this in my other videos on this subject. This is one of the things that really gets neglected. People just ignore that filter and they seem to never be willing to change the power steering fluid. Now, there's a procedure that you have to go through to change it. You can't just suck it out and pour some new stuff in. You actually have to do a flushing system with the engine running, and it can get a little tricky. It happens very quickly. You're going to need a helper in the car while you do this. But what I've done to make it easier for the DIY owner is I've come up with a complete kit, including the fluid you're going to need, the filter, some other items that will help you complete the flush successfully without getting, fluid all over the ground. The first thing you can do is just go out and take the lid off your power steering pump and take a look at the color of the fluid. Now, on the older models, 1985 and older, the power steering fluid was the same as the automatic transmission fluid. But on these newer models, it's different. And what I'm recommending now for particularly the nice cars that you tend to want to preserve, like this 560 SEC, I recommend you put in synthetic power steering fluid. And that's what's included in this kit. It's a little bit more expensive, but I feel it really helps prolong the life of the pump as well as the steering box. We all know about the problem with steering box wear and play in the steering wheel on these older Mercedes-Benz. So this is something you can do as a preventative measure. So if you're thinking about tackling this job yourself, it's a pretty easy DIY job. If you've done oil changes, filter changes, basic maintenance on your car, you can complete this. So just check this out on my website. It'll come with complete video instructions. I'll take you through the complete step-by-step process of how to suck the old fluid out, change the filter, flush the old fluid out with the new fluid, and get it all put back together without spilling power steering fluid all over your garage floor. Okay, now I can shut the engine off. I'm going to come back now and let's double check level here. It went down about 1/4 of an inch, so I'm going to top it off. There we go. Now notice, I've got about 1/4 of a liter left. So if you do the flush right, that's about what you'll end up with. Otherwise, you may not have enough fluid to top off when you're all done.